Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the natural family planning method. I guess you guys are happy to hear this topic, and basically we are going to be talking about the safe days. Guys, counting of days, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about natural family planning. About the artificial ones, yeah, that's a topic for another day. There are so many myths and misconceptions, but that's a topic for another day. Today, I just want to work with people who are focusing on the natural family planning methods. By the way, there are also many. But today, we shall be focusing on the most common one, the ones you guys know, and that is the counting of days. We are going to be talking about the safe days and the unsafe days. We are going to also go further and explain what happens. Now, I need us to know that the woman reproductive cycle is entirely controlled by a series of hormones, as we shall see in just a moment. Hello everyone. If it's you there watching this video who has not been sure, when do you have to abstain? When are you safe to have intercourse and not conceive if you're not yet ready for a child? Like maybe me, for example. Okay, so we are going to understand today if it is working for you by chance. Maybe you're not following it properly, or you have had challenges knowing exactly how to count your days. Let me not go too much and hit right in the point. Once again, you're welcome. My name is Dr. Sid, reproductive healthcare expert, here to always share with you the different knowledge that you need to know as far as your health is concerned. So straight away, let's kick into it. So you have been struggling with identifying which are your safe days and you can have intercourse without conceiving. Wait, put a break there. Hit the brake pad, my dear, okay? Are you first of all qualified to use the method? Let's begin with who can be qualified. 1, you should have monitored your period for the last 3 months. Why? If you do not do that, well, it's because there'll be chance of failing, okay? So you need to have monitored your period for the past 3 months. In this past 3 months, the interval between your periods should be between 27 to 31 days, okay? 27 to 31 days, meaning the interval from day 1 to the next day 1 should be somewhere between 27 to 31. Not 24, not 23, not 37, okay? So what do I mean by interval from one day 1 to the next day 1? I love science, you guys. So what I mean is when you start bleeding today, you count that as day 1. Day 2, day 3, day 4, you're still bleeding. Most ladies stop in day 3 and 4 there. Others can go up to 7. Of course, the normal is from between day 3 and day 7. Anything below menstruating or seeing your periods for less than 3 days is not normal. You may need to contact your healthcare provider. Or anything exceeding 7 days, it's also a health warning. So what do we need to see? Like I said, when you begin seeing day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, others may stop bleeding on day 3, others day 4. However, keep on counting. Day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, the moment you start bleeding again, that's again the next day 1. Let's assume you have been counting 5, 6, 7. Now you're reaching day 28. Instead of going to day 29 the following day, you see you're bleeding. So that becomes another day 1. So the interval from this day 1 to the next day 1 should be somewhere between 27 to 20 to 31 days. So if you have been monitoring your periods, just like I told you, you've been monitoring your cycles. I don't know, probably as you're watching this video, you might have not been doing it. But my dear, you have to. That's it. You have to if you want it to be very accurate and you do not want to make mistakes. Remember, that's not a mistake you want to make, getting a baby when you're not ready. Yeah. So, after you have done this for the past 3 months, let's say the interval is ranging between 27 and 31, somewhere there. See, maybe the first was 28, the second was maybe 29, third one maybe 30, or it goes to 28 there. So what you need to do is to use these days that you've been counting. So if the interval from this day 1 to the next day 1 is, for example, 28 days, what you're going to do, ladies, and even gents, you need to assist your partners, is that you're going to subtract 14 from the interval between day 1 to the next day 1. So if my interval from this day 1 to the next day 1, if my interval from the time I begin bleeding to my next bleeding is 30 days, guys, you're going to subtract 14 from that 30. You remain with 16. This means that you ovulate on day 16. Wait a minute. Dr. Sid, you're telling us days. We want to know when the safe days are. Guys, keep listening. Keep listening. This is how interesting it will get, okay? Just keep following. I'll tell you your safe days. Don't be in a rush. So back to where we had stopped. You subtracted 14 from 16. From 30, you had 16. Now, this 16 is the day that you ovulate, okay? If you got your interval is 28, subtract 14, you remain with 14. You got your interval from this day 1 to the next day 1 is 29, you subtract 14, you remain with 15. That's the day you ovulate. But where are we getting? Now, let's note the key point, the day we are ovulating, maybe day 14, day 15. For example, if yours is 28 days, you'll be ovulating on day 14. So let's get things right here, okay? Hope I'm not in a rush. If I'm in a rush, you can rewind the video a bit. So, if now you have your 14, you have your 16, all of you guys have subtracted and you have a figure there. This is the day that you ovulate. Now, ovulation is the process by which the woman releases a mature egg cell or ovum to come into a position in your reproductive tract called the infundibulum, which is found within your oviduct or your fallopian tube. Now, when this egg comes into the infundibulum, it's the point where it's going to meet with the sperm if you have unprotected intercourse with a fertile, viable male partner. Okay? So if you, for example, ovulate on your day 14, let's assume I was a lady, though I'm not, but if I was a lady and I ovulate today is I've subtracted my 14 from my interval of 30, I have 16, and today is my day 16, I ovulate today. What is going to happen is that if I have intercourse today, yeah, I'll be having some chances of conception. But let's note, if your day of ovulation is day 16 and you have intercourse that day, on average, the sperm cell will take at least somewhere from between 48 hours going to 72 hours to reach where the woman egg cell is. However, if you ovulate today, that egg cell takes only 1 day. In some women, that's 24 hours. In some ladies, actually only 12, and it undergoes what? Lysis. It is broken down, and it can no longer enable you to conceive or get pregnant. So for this reason, around your day of 16 that I have ovulated, I am unprotected. Meaning that if I have intercourse on day 13, 14, I'm very likely going to conceive. Okay? I'm going to conceive. Why? If of course my spouse is very fertile, remember? Why? Because when you have intercourse, it takes the egg cell about sorry guys, sorry about that. When you have intercourse with your partner, it takes the sperm cells about somewhere from between 48 to 72 hours to hit the egg cell or to reach the infundibulum. So if you have intercourse on day 14, by day 16 you're ovulating, the sperm is reaching, you're going to conceive. Now when we are using that moon beads, you see a series of beads that are there, okay? Now the beads is simply following this science. So for this reason, someone who is ovulating on day 16, anywhere from around 3 days after your ovulation, to be safe, you have to count it that way. So anywhere from day 19 up to your next period, you're safe to have intercourse. Okay? And then anywhere up to day 10, you're still safe, because the sperm cell can live for as long as even 4 days in your body. So having intercourse on day 12 as you're ovulating on day 16 is some kind of a risk. Now, where did we get this 14 that we were subtracting? Well, it's a constant that after 14 days of your ovulation, you see your periods. This is constant for all the women on earth. It's just how God made it, okay? That the moment you're seeing your periods today, it means you missed getting pregnant 14 days ago. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, you missed getting pregnant 14 days ago. If you had had intercourse Or if you had made sperm cell available 14 days ago, you would be pregnant by now. So it means you missed getting pregnant. You ovulated 14 days ago if you start seeing your periods today. However, seeing your periods always is not a guarantee that you are ovulating. Let's get it right. So having explained this, allow me to tell you that for someone who is not counting the days, on average, between day 10 up to around day 17, 18 is unsafe, because on average, all women who are fertile have their fertile days lying within this region. Okay? That is it, as simple as that. However, you count your days. One clear example, in my days are 30. Okay? When my days are 30, subtract the 14, which I told you comes because everyone 14 days after ovulation see their periods. So my days are 30, I remove 14, I remain with 16. I'm ovulating on day 16, meaning all the days around 16 I am unsafe. I begin being unsafe on day 13, 14, 15, that's 16, 17 and 18. Do not have intercourse. Okay? You're still unsafe. And then after that, the egg has already been reabsorbed. It has been destroyed. So you can no longer conceive. Keep in mind, and for those ones, just a little bonus for those ones. However, guys, you've watched this video up to this minute. Can you imagine? That means you're enjoying it. So please hit the like button, subscribe and share this video, okay? So that you keep on getting these interesting updates. And if you have not understood anything, hit my email, guys. Hit my emails. I'm going to reply you in a jiffy. That's if I'm not that fixed, but we'll see what to do. So thank you very much. This is how the science behind the safe days work. On those beads, they have given so much allowance because they want to be sure. They couldn't guarantee a very, very uniform or unified beads for every individual, because every situation is so unique and different, individual by individual. But as simple as it is, this is how the natural family planning method, as far as counting of safe days, work. So immediately after your periods, you are most likely in your safe days. Count your period stopping up to around day 9, you're in your safe days. Then from day 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, you are most likely in your unsafe days, meaning you're likely to get pregnant if you have unprotected intercourse. Then from 19 up to when you see your next period, you will be safe. But only if the interval that you've been monitoring in the past 3 months range somewhere from between 27 to 31 days. If your interval is 24 days, I'm sorry to laugh, but okay, you may need to use other methods. Why? Because your ovulation is a little bit irregular. You can easily ovulate too early or too late and end up what? Misfiring and conceiving. Thank you so much for watching this video. If there is any other concern, my email, hit it, and I'll see how that I help you guys. Thank you very much.